tumi edi akire baabi ebeko bia na enipa pi edi ho adanse adwo ne ye adwuma adwo ne ye adwo ne mankwa me se yade na atete wa unya nwui na Roman father na adwo no abeto wa mesrew nyame ene pese yi ufiri ha mu nonum bi kopa bi na nonum me se yade nko ade a Roman father na adwo no ebetumi ayo nipa pi ene edi ho adanse enipa pi ene agi wonom nkwa ye nka ho asem pi de ye ka nyina ne se father na adwo no eya adwuma na ebeburu wa adwene ene wonti ase so yade a wani nna so se duro ibetumi ayo no me se onunum bi no na eyi fi ni paduanim kaka me se ho beto yade a wonti ase yade a etete wo yade a eye ompo se demre obi mpo na demre okoto ama wo ni nyina me se onunum woman father ye duro ibia ho beto ema wonso ubedi adanse onum toa so baako mienu miensa ubetie si ema nyade wa eha ni paduane nyina da asie betu ema wonso ade ho enti wonu mu ayade nyina ani da so asa babiew yesi ye beye operation na yesi wo bewu o yade no nkofo hunahuna wo se beku ana yade bi aye kwanko te so yade bi ene etete wo mame papa emawe ho emwani da so nsa wo de hyase ne nonom Roman father na duo ne bi na wonso se de tie bia obedi adanse no kwasem ene ye ka kire wono enduro pi ene apu Ghana ha na sisia die aboa nkofo pi ene father no aduo no onunum bia eje ofiri yade basabasa nyina mu
reader oh menum yana kama pa because na me yare ti pae ena me di so na me bo me pa ebu akwa na do fa kwa na me di we se ko pan katwede na ma chin si no ma but aduro we nti kwa na se adu enyam she se aduro ye pa nti papa na ya oye sita yi no dia ya e fa so mind pose wan na ma mu sa ya o kan ho sem nti da na me ba kuru na so da bi asa na mo so mo de chede e bi na ba ya me can't cause of money, no, see, some day back. Only my party was the same young man, boom, you see, no, me and no asa, the interview, no, bubble you or cook school or a back now. I am also complaining or seeing me a woman, you know. As a native Picasso. But they 2 days for me, she are not in to no one bottle no wine. Make one in some Colano Mompini, so no she able to meet 2 man. Why, man, and a per year you may honestly not so kind of counting, you know, I come. Now, first one cried the advances stand away so much. I catch you be and see a moon, one year, baby, this opening maybe a discipline. She do a problem. I'm a sure for her. No one can tell them a ban smoothly. Me na babeto me ba tu me se me da so
me pa cho wo yade bia Roman father na duro no eno na wo bepe bi na de atu yade ase Roman father na duro e mampanyin ye nkwada e mampanyin ho ye den eduro drasto bia mu ubenya bi ato
Father Martins haba mesha Father dro konkoi baby eto adro bia ubenya biato Kumase Kofodua Kaswa Ashama Ekus any bebia o pedudu atua Case walk heba Okashi drug lewa Nanabuachi heba Tinatet heba enafe baby etu adro bia okwa oso pe father no na dro no ebi Fe father ewa humeso 0243 115948 0243 115948 and 0245 242619 0245 242619
Wabatele Accra FM ya mami
Nana Kwabena Bobie Ansah berema be mati gara furukube puntimpuna si sokode no wakanchira katabin say you wati unkensen Kwabena keja guma mne yanko
100.5 Accra FM Wabatele Accra FM ya mami
Wawe magbona
metwa jikapo na mingo kokro chuto for klebida lewa honudo
Wawe magbona
metwa jikapo na mingo kokro chuto for klebida lewa honudo
Netile wasi
Nova
Nipo De wusele wo
Nova
Mipo
Nyapemawu ya medwa ponuwo.
Najile wasi. Nova. Mipo. Newusele wowu. Nova. Mipo.
Nyapemawu ya medwa ponuwo.
Najile wasi. Nova. Mipo. Newusele wowu. Nova. Mipo.
Nyapemawu ya medwa ponuwo.
Wawe magbona.
Metwa chikapona mi. Koprochuto for Kwabena. Newa manugbe.
Wawe magbona.
Metwa chikapona mi. Koprochuto for Kwabena. Newa manugbe.
Najile wasi.
Nova. Mipo.
Newusele wowu.
Nova. Nyapemawu ya medwa ponuwo.
Najile wasi. Newusele wowu. Nova. Mipo.
Nyapemawu ya medwa ponuwo.
Mi ma fogbedewo.
Obenu pemawu adujina mi.
Mi ma fogbedewo.
Obenu pemawu adujina mi.
Mi ma fogbedewo.
Netu legindima. Mi ma fogbedewo. Obenu pemawu adujina mi.
Mi ma fogbedewo.
Netu legindima. Mi ma fogbedewo. Obenu pemawu adujina mi.
Mi ma fogbedewo.
Baby bia wotemenka edom ene pempem ya motemenka across the country me mamu nyina ajo ya mamu nyina kwaba mo amotetrotro mo taxi mo uba yango mo amoti boat mo amodrufie mo afei ena mo bie mo shops various fuel stations awodo ya mamu nyina ajo na anwumre Emma Kwaba. One more joining on Facebook. Thank you so much. Michael Bute is here. Paul Hansen, David Agbanyaga from US of A. Dinkra Prince. Yamin Shramunina. Abdul Jarrell, my guy, is here with me. Democracy Kofi Eboa Bright. Samuel Tete and Mega Senor. Bless us. Kwame Bonsu. Yadamunyina Sena Nyumre. More joining on YouTube. We are grateful. We appreciate your efforts. Yadamwasi bebre na Nyumre. Daniel T. join here. Walanyo Wallace Ewa say Samson Nyamiche. Marcus Texan. Pablo. Also joining here on Facebook. Amuzu Dilava. Wafake is here. As usual. Adapanwa. Comfort Blebu. Becky Afote. Yamamu Ajo. Yamamu Akwaba. Mame fana sema. Aya. Accra FM Newsroom. Nana me Jakwa ni timni nyina da mu nyina se na nwumre. Mame fada asema the production crew and as Kwame Kwache fit one day call him. And as Tokwawia. Thank you so much. Eugene Ba is in the house as usual. Oyena Juma. Mame ko tadi takrade Tadi FM Ajuma Fonina Yadamwase Domya Muti or Western Region Yadamwase Fabia FM Ewon Kranza Yadaya Sesame Yanabosom for Yadamunyina Ase Yaminsra Dom Yamoti and Kind Numre Yaminsra Mubebre Mediana Nana Kwabena Bobie Ansah Commander Boham, the old soldier The old lion, the last man standing. I'm here with you till 10 p.m. And that's how we do it every Monday, Tuesdays, Wednesdays, and Thursdays. Saturday morning edition. Watch me when I say. My main call yet to my committee too. Yeah. Kache and Edo. Thank you for your support. And you bedim komo bebre. And you bedim komo bebre. And they will be from Busa Mese Bobie. Tyranny is ruling. I'm yes, of course, tyranny is ruling. Ghana ni bia wotemen kane. Ese wusu trase na wusu na bompaye. Esra se nyame nkuta wo man wei. Because baby akufu ado aye na adwene so odo man wei be kono. Eye bon samsam eye bayiye susu money. Susu money. Ewo wo mumu. Dia de papa ye no abayisam na ne papa ye the same thing. Bayiye. Me catch a batch and phone de bia say. Asem we ma catch eye irregularities the brother. Say eye susu money a ewo fie won person de say Ghana. Even JB Dankwa onfiri omabusuam kro mutimi kwafa no man sunsun money. Ye nya independence on se there be mempre on se da. Ye pesa abrofu di muso de bia. Anye ye no mkofa Pauli. Ana ayi Victor Usu crash no within MPP. Anye ye no te no ho. Akote ne party. Se nya omo dia UP tradition na Ansah. Akufu ado di na chi koe. Eno no so odi nipa bonesem ni bayiye ko wuo. Eno omo ya de ba kwase aba. Adia wono ani party for krase no ade we emwaye. Wasibetuatua sika ama eye various leaders. In the Christian Council munibi. Peace Council mundibi. Namonko kase eye. Uko for party ni di koye noobs president. Na uko jina parliament eko tunwa. Say students union say. And even Ghana for team say no adiani empeno. Nanki akofa bodemina mana beto aba. Akofa bodemina mana ba beto aba. Asma meka no omo nim within MPP no omo nim bodemini abeto aba. Ama yeya yadwene mu da ho. Ya the force akofa bodem na betra parliament so ono mra mekere ya adwiri mu da ho no ono mra mekere de yenye but Ghana frontiers say this is the time for positive defiance. Ghana frontiers say Ghana nyakufu adonko adia. Ghana yen Ghana for dia. Madam from MPP ni be from me. Was Bobie nti baby om de party na aduru no. Na so mu gu party na mamo. Omo destroy party na mamo. Men say mre. And you be juma. But before no, odi for Kobe aka sembia me hu se trend. Kwame fatu ye page mame. Professor Bachanfo is in the house. Our very big brother and a very good brother, Mensa Thompson, Asepa is in the house. Benjamin Supano will join us. Listen and Apoko is in the house. Bernard Munas Woba. Onosoba. And then a full house. I'm out for any papa. But Obi Busam Kwabena, can there be any street action? Now so Ghana for some. Ghana for the bed decided. I deal with one try. Now go for one funny easy. On funny better. Yes. This is the time when Ghana for be crashing a year on one. So just a water to woman. So hooligans now water to woman. This is the time when Ghana for be crash woman. A common diamond for krum. Mene wo ka say light of a kum microphone can na no adwuma ne ba be baby lights off baby obi antumi nya adwuma salon for antumi nya adwuma Ashanti region I grounded obi antumi nya adwuma ekuro ne say e come den crofo was in crofo na metua at least yamba and this MP sabaso. Their hands are clean. And this leadership. Woman Ghana for Jina. You don't need a pet. That is the most important thing. Obian him say, a reckless idiots be. Reckless idiots be. Some foolish people be.
One way Magbona. Wawe Magbona, Metwa Chikapona mi, Shoko Chuka Shokrebida, Shewa Manubo, Natile was see, Nova, Nipo, they will sell a woo,
already adia media to anwa. Prophet Bedu Kobi Akasim will say, a government that uses force and not law cannot succeed. Lawlessness in motion. Okay, same way last year, December, and okay, same way. A government that uses force and not law cannot succeed. Lawlessness in motion. Yes, I know. Be send me a message. The way on your side were free Sunday, no light. When you hear any part, or see entry tax man or no, on any ma, and could di. Madam was thank you so much. Live on Accra 100.5 Citizen Show, Tardy FM, Fabia FM, tune in, YouTube, on Facebook. The original Ghana for them at the NDC MPs in answer. Someone might be beyond Adamo. Yamin Shrabebre. Kofi, Akwaba.
Yeah,
Boko there.
Kabia ben was say ya no.
Mame enchia yenia Mensa Thompson. Tommy Akwaba. You hu ache. Nra na me hu say one I think Switzerland ambassador.
Yeah, the Swiss embassy. Yes.
Swiss embassy. Mane I'm the Professor Kwete.
Yes, Emmanuel Kwete. HPC president.
Yeah.
Omo invite saying bidding komobi about and no my course or my name. I think that the diplomatic missions are getting quite concerned about Noma. In fact, you didn't come up about the number of the things that is happening in the country. Yes, and media to but
yeah, of course.
I think that we are working behind the scenes.
But it's also Professor Emmanuel Kwete, what is their thoughts on this particular issue about the the e-levy, the JAPA, and all those things?
Me bisa womo in particular. I think there were specific issues about a normal bia enkoye wo mainemu ye kan ho asem, during that meeting, and a lot of them are issues which are still in the pipeline. Ayedi hon komo. And I may not be able to put them out in the public domain, but I think that what I also Yamagana 40 years here and say I think that there's a bigger eye which is watching closely what is happening in and may I for my part the meeting can say me I went to the meeting with a lot of information on a normal ekoso. In fact, apart from information embassies no ankasa word da no menso kakra menso me wo on a normal bia ekoso amegidi say more mining can no menso medical pay almost. So I mean and it's good that they have that information. I think one of the I think the head of the economic unit in Switzerland no bag Ghana because of her no more a few of us to say about economic difficulties and how we're going to navigate a few things, and we're able to put some of the issues to them, and from my observation I know they know and they are watching closely. Embassies they are watching closely what is happening in this country. Timagana phone feel say they are alone in this difficult moment. There are bigger eyes watching President Akufo-Addo and his people and everything that they are doing, and meaning say in the right time, Ghana Phobi who know some of the significance of some of these things, they will know. They will know. Yeah. All right, but Kofi, quick one, my Juma way, Chris, Day artist says 3 weeks now. Committee 17 last be in swim for more pipe muda 3 weeks now. 3 weeks now. Now. Answer now, Bekano. Now I use so I am Adams. Adisa are sending me a message for the past month, 1 month in soon for Omo Pipe what tema Newtown, Sweet Mother. So
it's not an issue of light. Yeah, send you near bread light. Yeah, you know, call in soon. And
soon crowd a west. Yeah. At the end of course, so now unim Ghana Water in this come they service one fidi.
I'm aware. After sa free water project be na buy government me reimburse omo.
Omo discount.
Yeah.
Enti omo ntimi service eye omo niema no.
So enti omo shut omo niema bebre down omo ntimi.
Okay, obi say committee 18 3 weeks ni ensuo mfa omo.
It's been a tema enclave no.
Tema enclave no. Omo taps ensuo mfa muda. And these are the realities. Kumasi kwada so 3 weeks ni omo say 3 weeks ni no water. Omo Efreme, and these are the realities are hit Ghana for.
And you do more light no near to unsume.
We are near catchers be tax my yen kukodi.
Just imagine. And Kwabena they and say, you better unsume no more, but some so available.
Oh, yes,
that's the most annoying aspect of it all.
Yes, of course.
You better pipe no more, but some so much the bill about say.
Because Kojo Ponkrumanu you soon so I any tia. In the bill, no, Omo Fabra will say, who are you so now you see you?
Omo you so amount.
One more catch us a Kojo Ponkrumanu, no more guess, no Jare.
Do Tiaka.
Omko disco buy, no, a young bed dia, Mujare, no, and Tigana Nino, Name Krumuno, and Tiaka. And these are the things that not small boy, Kojo Ponkrumati Joy FM. Not all complaints, so one and a raho. None your machine, and then you one in Yamonsen, because this idiot, this foolish boy, can now just stay in a government bungalow and use water and ask Ghanaians to pay.
And when Ghanaians are complaining,
nobody do attempt.
Yes.
This foolish boy, nobody do attempt. And that is the reality. Anyway, but straight, it's answer and then man Dawson, you know, men Jim Okasa and Frim Wanum, into me jam na moya Juma and say moye. And ya Juma in a very responsible manner. Ghana for you know, and minim say free watch na near my bakoso. And near oh yes, very. I've picked some few intelligence. If free watch na near my bakoso. Na the Gabine Brian Umbetimi aye no. Man for that test omo pause are. Yeah. Na omo wi a then
near
ABC we can decide the better also. Brian Gabi munya botre Rollins Kraman for face you Brian the Oya Rollins Kraman for face you
Commander, you see I don't know we can go for say momo betu krom ha me say eh rade Rollins Krako
Brian do me ankwala amafo be face almost squarely one day ama e be affect omo busuafo nyina okrom ha
na say Brian do mu jama yen kwa kra you okay na Brian do Brian
into there omunya botre mu bia
ekwalawi
omunya botre mu bia all right so yengo tie quick ora chairman sabonsu but before that no Joe Wise issue no and where they claim the so-called voting no cause no. But my main Ghana for with the choice of
Joe Wise, please.
Because I established the fact that he cannot be called Pacho.
No, but that is his name.
No, that be his name. His Joe Seusu. What the hell can
Oh, Joe Seusu. Okay. No, I'm sorry.
His Wise.
Okay. All right. Okay. I'm sorry. Joe Usu. Joe Usu whatever. Or Seusu. Okay. All right. Joe Seusu. Bekwai MP. Now, I am say ho na asem ni nyina wo but yema amanfo a background kakra and now no pay 8 o'clock na empedifo kokohia enkomo no call so forth and back yenya ye wo fie ni e pick intels here and there. Initially they tried something silly on the NDC MPs. They fought back and I think Haruna ehia basobo Haruna Idrisu enipa eya ade ade enko yie ni yeka ekoyia esi nyina ye bo Haruna Abaso and the intel picking and say it got to a point Haruna picking Quran MNDC MPs nyina so Quran who say this is the direction we are going and obian the party nobody obian free eye baby aye kono and I think Haruna Idrisu has done well and we show leadership and that is what we want. Omo call forth and back because now omo target some individual MPs eya ombetimi abribe omo and if says omo beba chamber san crofon no ombe use omo ye dede ni bi wo wa ye crofon tiase we know what is going on ye ni ma de kura ekoso ye dede na dede ni ye no social media no so aba e ma obia ye study obia di line pepepe and this is what we want san ye penwo obintimi you see masa ajuma na ya no won't mean Ghana ajuma na yo so you cannot sit in your comfort and do what if you want to do anything contrary to what the masses want walk out of NDC. It's so simple now and yes be NDC so because for now option ayo so option fufuro bia ka bia Ghana for ebetwa omoni ahwesa option no enti say NDC ye bibia ye nyina ye be support ni aboa ni agira say omo nye Ghana no mo nso yemu we are simple analysis you need bia now yankomra in the middle of ye no nom de adwo asafo wa ne ho odin ya bibia nye no ebae ana adwo asafo abae no so bewura chamber wo sen se nantwie ya tutu abona pampam no sen sa minim sa adwo asafo a wo ye sen
we lady
ti sen na lady nkan ho no omde ni begina wo se statue ana obia atwe no afiri adwo asa omo awie ye no ana sen omo side ni sen no kotra ka mu ana omo tu edekọ na omo de na ba ne omo de adwo asafo aba ene no omo make sure say the bia citizens because we omo de ba de bia adwo asafo amra no me contribute to ni ahwense me be free enu aba sensem no free enu ba wi a then ye betimi di akada to aso. Oh yes, adwo asafo amra de bia
e so no be kasa ani achechire
because you didn't the same level enti adwo asafo amra de bia omra parliament na citizens omra me kasa de enhwe on kasa na yentie na num kasa on kasa nwie no na fe de omom nye doctors na ehunu se the document no a ekura no se the document ni sitie enti sa ene a free next week iko no ye ne adwo asafo a wasem ka ewo kuruma kakra bi enti ye no ye de beto nche but Joe Wise num ko wura eyo mo chambers omo ye de omo beye ehun komo ene baba bedi enti enkonko tie ye Joe say usu on ensemo a ekoso na ewo osewusu ekasa emu no obeye mu a mompe no no munka no no omo nkrofo no bi je so ebi ji su no ebi ji su no and ye be analyzing here enti yes I mean ye be hwe ebi ana no eye low enti no but ebi ji su no so obviously amanfo wo mu a no mo ani nje ho but yeah pacho volume you okay. All right. So
the number presented to me by the clerk's at table is 137 of you plus me, MP for Bekwai, 138. Other members, for the avoidance of doubt, let me read out the constitutional requirements so that there's no confusion as to who can vote, what numbers are required to take a decision. Article 104(1). Except as otherwise provided in this constitution, matters in Parliament shall be determined by the votes of the majority of members present and voting. The vote of the majority of members present and voting, with at least half of all the members of Parliament present. What it means is that before you take a decision, there must be at least a majority of all members present. With me, we have 138 members. That's a majority. It doesn't mean that all the 138 must vote yes or no. A majority of this 138, their decision will carry the day. So I'll go ahead and put the question on the motion proposed before us. All in favor of the motion, say aye. Order. All against say no. The ayes have it. The motion is carried. Honourable members, the number presented to me by the clerk's at table is 137 of you. The ayes have it. The motion is carried. Honourable members, the number presented to me by the clerk's at table is 137 of you.
All right. Okay. So I am say the course so on the issue about no. I hope amount for coffee opeke sound no.
Oh yeah. I mean it was clear. Say the member say omuncrofo na be kuraji di say the principal say nipa 138 and atenasen ebi nyintum and then ho abana no moto no.
Yeah.
Say nipa na ye wa ha na 138 na ye majority.
Yeah.
Until we can therefore take decision.
Yeah.
For the whole house no. Omuncrofo ni be say no. Anya dia omne speaker adwene.
Yeah.
And I wish I could pinpoint those wise ones at least among them. Omunim sa de na Joe say wusu ye illegal no. I wish I commit me.
I think that we need a video editor with me zoom in there no.
Na ke ye hu no hu say onuma nkrofo na akra bi say enye no kra say e dan no mbom no omo majority.
Yeah.
And it is clear. And Joe Osewusu any MPP for atena Parliament ne atwe 1992 constitution foforo. And omo approve no ne. And omo dey adwuma ne asode kofi. And that is the implication. Kwabena say na we Ghana ni especially so ye MPP ni a e su trase e wanim guase mu because ene yawre hoda se na otena ase hwe de course wo parliament na sa wora anho a na minim oman bapa we ye. You should be so ashamed and I'm real with the whole day, but when I saw the personality presiding, I was okay. Mete I said the question because Joe say we so many na atna committee so that
really
yeah the committee say to investigate Krono Akufo the boy we are MPP ska 5.2 million Akufo ska we are MPP ska no committee omote en say me call so tini Joe say we so enya encounter that and
it was supposed to be an Ohinto committee.
In fact, it's the Ohinto committee.
Try to hoist him at some point to
but
Joe
but it was Ohinto
yes,
committee.
It was still Ohinto.
It was still the Ohinto committee.
Okay.
And right. Joe say usu meninya encounter kakra. So mi hu na adwene ene sene oye ne neoma. Ne oyobi a osuamra enso mfamra nya adwuma. In fact, I got to a time and encounter on the committee. I'm going to party constitution. Or can't I say I can't the reality, not what is in the book. And it's captured in their report.
In the report.
Yes, it's captured. Say yeah, can't reality. I make a constitution. And to all you and Crawford say the constitution is not real.
And Akufo also not here.
But before you support Akufo, you have to be like him. Omum de Akufo do chi na udi na chi so yet so no. So one is so no ntimi ne nante. It watch from time Akufo take you over as flag bearer. One na enye nante nyina imitate no. So yes or no, and yes, I want to mean nante. It is not me say Joe say usu na preside. Na another village champion or say Mensa Bonsu. And so a leader of the house, you could clearly see a complete illegality. And when ya a buffalo born phones go machi and almost with him. And this guy is gradually becoming another person. Is it a Wutu MP? Deputy Afenyo Markins. Once I said, we need to down for no. And she made him, I wouldn't mean to down for no. And he's becoming something. What's a graduate with Jimmy Kakra and Krabba? Afenyo Markins. Graduate ones with Jimmy Kakra and Krabba.
On the end of him,
who you need to say, Mensamuzu. So what on us and look at crowd with it. Need the mood to a serious case. Serious matter. Discuss no.
Aquakapi. Kakra. And what here penny for Kosia, take a decision. She did not know demo. Now, Kwama, oh dear, Mr. McCaim ran the Kakra. Per the voting writer. Will be our voting in the house no. Okay, so who quote here
109
then you pick it near their
109 no say a deputy speaker or any other member presiding shall not retain
that is the standing order 1093 okay,
so a deputy speaker or any other member presiding shall not retain his original vote whilst presiding. The deputy speaker or any other member presiding shall not retain his original vote whilst presiding. And the moment I'll be free, wakunya ye constituency akunya diama or parliament demo afro akwa tena speaker akunya numno over fete or right be. And ene o hwe ya waka nipa nyina se 137 so the maker ho a ya 138 enti judge na no ta konyanum no aka nipa o nya de ono so referee no so ho aka won say players e o park ne so na ga se monye mo so 9 players am ntimi mobo ba meka mo nyina na me de meka ho a
mo ye 8 so ma beka mo
na ye 9 enti etimi mobo no fiti ese mi mobi ni bi but meka ho you see I'm thinking because you're the number of players is a ball pitch so as I says your man red card ma bedu 7 or so a match ntimi nto aso but omoya 7 a reference am pamoya 7 all right but se meka ho a ye be 8 ba me ball mi mobi entiemo me na me di referee and that is what sir enne Joe say usum tra parliament aye ne enti so ye MPP ni ne woyɛ Ghana ni na na so ase ene DSC of Parliament Ghana emrache bedwam wona yeyi won free various constituencies so munkoja ye nem hye mra ma yen ene de no so mra ekon ede mra kon hwe efom ene ti hwe efom momoja gina mra trimu eye de omo pastor betena fi na so woro anho a dan minim ni pesu a woyɛ ene dark Tuesday ene ye ebna de brand tuntum a eso obi efra Kwabena Kwabena adini si parliament no e chen so obi afetua yiku e chen de si aman hodo so a ye twi to kum nipa e chen ye no but we are so lucky say Ghana for 18 nyoma bia sinti nyoma bi wo ho ase ye twese a nipa mpese obedi akire but ene so hwe de adom ye the implication and it's simple hwe Kwabena e battleground o ma sete now say you live o ma jatum me boa
omo na eka na say
me fans and ya pass me fans budget say me fans ya jatum
me nim say ya pass
and me fans sa o de grant say ene ya jatum me boa me fans say japa e kan budget no intoma jatum Kwabena e11 no say obekọ parliament akwasha homra na dey support our implementation grant so a pass ne or you go back to parliament untimi implementing once this local parliament Emma parliament pass homra Ansah na dey adwuma and the man of parliament akwakoto when these guys are omo atiase omo nwene that is even so omo adwene bi mpo a we decide say adwene yankopɔ ma mekakra but me mfa nya adwuma bidin nyina bɛkɔ damenam and sanem penfo ni nyina bebre omo aye omo ho God has given them the common sense. All right, it's intact, but they've decided pay the reasons beyond my thinking. No, omo decided say adwene yankopɔ de omo fa nya adwuma omo de adwene nyina beto omo tim de akwa damenam awu asɛe no no muduru heaven na yankopɔ mo bu ho akonta ade na mo kwa mo se na makɔ pass no eye budget statement one pass na me busa say e ho mra na be ma okwan amoye implementation no you go back to parliament
exactly
Ansah no ko pass samra no e hemfo na no be pass eno sa te na Kwabena ne ta kunwa num u ready motion no ma discuss motion mpo na so ko pass na ready motion say budget na u ready motion kwa yem pass sa budget no eti mo ready motion na what will happen will you go ahead and implement sure nyema mienu bi enenra
just a word from the speaker say budget is rejected
yes
investor Ben Wejimi a ono din sika bebe
na me ba no because
Jimmy
the implication of adem ye nyina ye say Kwabena I'm telling you ene akufadom timi fa boy nko bia nkwade bosia no serious country no serious businessman no serious institution ene ma bosia no investor ema obi na obi ma bosia the kind no the tosu mienu sese no mo be implementation bia you still need Kwabena and the more indicted no any the minority and makodu adi o matem no am hi omo aba beka ho Ansah na dey samo ye no maye enti ye hwe minim so ma draw line bi na sa line no Ghana for so tu odin hwe Kwabena when Ghanaians are crying say e-levy ebechi esika ye mfanya adwuma no can fata say news fata ase a school for that ase mfanya adwuma can you imagine when the masses our phone no mo hwe school for ne say ade ne ante ase no say school for na go school dem na ate ase ante yam to aso yam fa nko because omunipa but when nyina no ye fault kakra ka ho but say no kan and minority na ye adwuma because yam obi say Krofata yam province as minister kan kwase say mo ye hu but at least the minority assume lessons say because say do ante aso mprenu moti aso first one yamma ko but eno so no mugina so no ko ba say ya testimony say mo say simbi animanum e dey na mbe so hwe finance minister the kaka say onim kan fa so be pass budget no and that he needs few people and then ade minority e Kwabena tactical
very
tactical and I think say Haruna mpanyfo no mudi animu no revise om news ehun say ade ne nyina ye because there's darkness ahead of us. Now see, position here. Yes. And apart from MPP and this grassroots omania breno, Ghana for any and now Ghana for any alternative. Ghana for any alternative. And this year, young position here. On making in Africa Kufuado. I'm a more bonny and a chrononum. And they say omujina years and omujina na. No money Ghana focus higher pay. Yes, you may be partisan or party interest for her, but at this position there, at this juncture, no, you need Ghana for kasa bako, and then no me no. Your first mistake can make us say, and say, you didn't tell us to approve some crow forward, no, San Yama way to say, or bit our comes, you approve on be a ministers. Say approval can of rata, your name say is not fit for this purpose. Because law crown no koto there, the goods you buy should, in fact, it should be fit for the purpose for which you bought it. But can of rata when you're fit for that purpose. Say as finance minister, no be as approve by the finance minister. And to by law crown, he doesn't even exist. But the amano mistake no. But me name say any minority ne who say mistake no ma correct it. And we applaud them. So when you say no a grassroots to end this near money, you say at least we leadership no parliament no. Omo jire ho ama no kre. Omo jire ho ama mra, and omo jire ho ama speaker omo to abayi no. And then me ti omo press conference manage because they are always in to protect the speaker.
That's it.
And because the speaker stands for the public. The speaker stands for the interest of the ordinary Ghanaian. And then the manager home pa. Kobra. Omo mo share nyina so betumi ato aba. Ade ba ko hia ni ma mienu. Umfie. Ene wa adwenem. Kobra no mo to aba nyina day of sound mind.
Me dey be da kire.
And now mom call parliament ko to aba nyina nti obi adwenem da ho.
Me dey me ya say bodam ni bi kan wa me da kire.
Because no so ni what they are not just and didn't kwenya is not the voice.
And make us about and make us about kumra no me che na adwene wo a floor. Now okasa wi a
go make us a keke.
Okasa wi a na nke ye determine bodam ni ko ka ho a omo de buy no. Na nke
because you be nam saying said there no one no more. Said there na akoso.
Ye nim dia akoso.
See but eye eni nyina achi no eye. Some for by election baby. You be call baby o ma dwene na so. Enti eye.
See nye to ye hwe.
Eye hwe. Ye be start to talk parliament. Nya hwe the number of times a man for atum parliament. Ye be trans nya hwe the number of times a man for atuma emra no ma kwan say sa utum sa number of times na. E say we sit na ateso no ye pia to baby ni ebutu no ni ekokọ yi nipa for betra so. Ni nyina ne be di akire. But me de manusi no. Ene. No, that was and then 3 days. Me can say me chira say me fa boat to drive a bill Kumasi. Question no busam and then I'm a TSC. I say Bram Pachi musu asem. Na am say aden no say MPP no mo Jimmy dada na ni mu ana. And then me tie the question me ti hu the course na me hwe na the esi no me tie the question ase. Why asana Brante young guy maybe 25 26 years. I said, bra, MPP no more Jimmy dada na ni mu ana. As a first near their common idea na ye shall say they are joining the party na chino. As you so much Jimmy. But then no trade the idea cause parliament say speaker ti me kan nipa ofo nya no aka no waka ho no. You say nyansa ni be na be asa ade no. So it goes back to sakra the question obusa ame no. Say adi e wo mu dada na ni mu ana. Because ene adi see parliament no. I believe say the whole world obi ohwe bia no ene esre Ghana. And obi oti democracy ase. And obi oye adwuma parliament da wa man hodo so. And the diplomacy hwe ene proceedings cause of parliament no almost esre Ghana. And the akufo do succeed ama Ghana ababe to level a obi a practice democracy bia ne ka say yentu constitution nkone ne empe bi foforo nye. If not and the constitutional matter for parliament no yen nyina approve na kan fa nya adwuma in all no few people nipa 137 be so original say omon pene emma yimu mra ko mu ne omon pene emma ade a Ghana for su ho no enya adwuma man say 11 is some person man say benye 1% komna 0.005% why say yen fa nya adwuma.
Okay, all right.
0.5%, 0.25%, 0.11%. Yes, you find your scrap. You free or paper, and it shouldn't exist. And no assembly near catch them, and yet it's so amount so. It's simple.
All right, it's simple. But Tommy Nanki, you know, na me babebusa Kofi and once because almost at the almost some ratifications we can cry earlier budget and now the culture minority. Almost say a Japa your friends say down. Then with the issue about we know almost to a year back no the new one approving and now say what is it?
Sanka some the new one about that's some debate.
Exactly.
Some debate.
Exactly.
Not the entire we assess into car finance business ambassador abeche ni position on sa nyoma no. Na for more debate say you better ase anase entiase.
That is my problem. So even the 1% is a lie.
It's a lie. Tro ade omudi to nipa nim ada omse na omye nibre bia no. Tro almost say hwe cause almost na esenka process nsa sha say.
It's a process na sha say.
Yes. Na no cross na omye e crowd and come on grants kakra say Yasa ya presenting new budget but no cry number of days here so also prepare e face parliament
exactly.
And those nruye
exactly.
So adom ye nyanya a complete illegality e mra no man fa nya adwuma ne
and I think
some
judge throw a friend say your friend Bibi on the Facebook page and but Honorable Roxanne Nelson the Fiamakpo search Bibi on the page and I want to read and sign my bottom.
Brilliant.
Order 7 of our standing orders, Mr. Speaker, includes a member presiding at a sitting, unquote. It is thus a procedural impropriety for First Deputy Speaker to order a head count and after that is determined by the clerks. The Speaker in the chair will add himself. It is an aberration. Per Order 7 of our standing order, quote, Mr. Speaker includes a member presiding at a sitting.
Yes.
Commander, you see, my main starting free article, order no order.
My minority for the animal. Now they are ashamed preko. So yanko minority for Insabom the Tuja after the whole miliki koso a friend say Mrasha Bedje film. Danladi Ibrahim says Bobie Ba, I am in Spain, I support you 100%. The NDC needs you. Okay, so Joshua Anim says, Mr. Host, I'll be glad if the Speaker joins the NDC when they are about to do any head count. But I don't know your MP. That is the difference. Difference MP. Okay, so Aluta Interma says your 3
the motion shall be lost, as I indicated. But for our purposes today, 1093 reads, a deputy speaker, and for my purposes, first deputy speaker, and a member for Bekwai. It reads, I added that. The Constitution says, a deputy speaker or any other member presiding shall not retain his original vote whilst presiding. So constitutionally, they were also 137. So Ghanaians should expect that what they have done is also a nullity to quote them if we are to respect the provisions of the Constitution. Standing Order 109 is also itself derived from a constitutional provision of Article 104(2), which reads, the Speaker shall have neither an original nor casting vote. We all know for purposes of today that the person presiding and the Speaker for today was the Honorable Joseph Osewusu of Bekwai as Speaker. He has no business counting himself among them, and therefore, as far as we are concerned, today's vote reflected another 137 by those who respect the tenets of the Constitution and the standing orders of the Parliament of Ghana. So for the media, I repeat for your ears again, a deputy speaker or any other member presiding shall not retain his original vote whilst it by the words of the Honorable Do Ajaho. They were 137. But I'll share with you some other quotes from other speakers, including the Honorable late Peter Alajete of blessed memory and Professor Mike Okwe. But distinguished ladies and gentlemen, the Ghanaian public must also know where was the minority as they went in to do their charade of some constitutional acrobatics to please their conveniences. Our explanation is that yes, they consulted us in a discussion this morning, and distinguished ladies and gentlemen of the press, is it not significant to note, and I'm quoting both the majority leader and the Minister of Finance, and I paraphrase them, approve this budget subject to the concessions granted by the Honorable Minister, unquote. Where are the concessions in the budget? Any of you who knows the concessions, share it with us. Therefore, what were you approving? If they were concessions, and that was our view, revise the budget to reflect those concessions. And we remain standing with that position. We said that if you are acknowledging and admitting that there were concessions, let it reflect in a text, not at committee level and not some engagement at committee level. Indeed, the vexed issue for which there was a stalemate, for which we could not discuss further, was the matter of e-levy. Our original position was that no to e-levy. They explained to us the difficulties and circumstances of the economy and the fact that they needed some additional revenue for purposes of consolidation, fiscal consolidation. We referred to them that the brilliant economists at ISA had suggested that review it downwards. Therefore, we said if you could go to 0.5 to 1%, we could accommodate you for the good of the Ghanaian people. They said it was their budget and they were not prepared to review the e-levy. So the Ghanaian people, we then decided that they must stand alone in it because we believe sincerely that it's punitive, as Professor Korte said, and it does not serve as a good tax instrument because it's regressive. We also asked them to adjust even the threshold of this 100 Ghana, maybe upward. They also said they were not ready to do that. So if you didn't see the minority cooperating, these were the very reasons we are unable to support them. So we're determined to support them to redeem the economy because we want to inherit a healthy economy under President Mahama in the very foreseeable future of 2025. Yeah. But the difficulty was that they said on those matters. Now let me come to the business of Parliament. When you lay a budget statement minus concessions and you approve it without knowing the concessions, what have you approved? What have you approved? So let's get serious. Those of you who are familiar with the work of Parliament, we have seen motions amended on the floor of Parliament. It was just for the Minister for Finance to amend those aspects of the budget statement, or for better choice of a word, revise it. For instance, on Acre Energy, we clearly drew their attention that your rendition does not reflect the resolution which were passed by Parliament. An unpleasant truth which he must accept today and accept tomorrow. He can't alter that. So if you don't change it in the budget statement, where else are you going to change it? Which committee are you going to change it? We said Ejapa. We will not support Ejapa today. We will not support it tomorrow because this Minister of Finance have collateralized every opportunity and revenue in order that he can endanger the future.
Momfa chame mfidimuno ntia na abiti akura. Tommy, what's here Haruna? And Namini Swasha, but number some bomb. And from Haruna Kasa, even with the 1%, Omo agree to the 1%. Yeah. But Mamim Biamuma, meaning so you open them more.
Kwabena, Mami starting free the technicalities. Hono. Kwabena, you see, on Friday, Emra, the speaker led by Honorable Aban Bagben, a rejected budget. No? Now I was expecting Senka the Abaya Otisui, the majority group in Parliament, and ka ombe some very vital lessons be a free mo. But me she kuku hair koso, any gidi hair koso ne threat omo ye ni ebe over 10 ni ebe say ya.
Yeah.
I realize say one more kasa no. They don't know the situation we are in. One that so believe say Parliament no, it is say Parliament na Michael Kwe a preside over no bill. Iti aba executive no de ade ba oh yeah ni agye atum say nye ni agye atum say bebo man no say mbo man no ni agye atum. Iti emre o mo start say mo issue threat na me say no nkofo we one here the minority be say beat omo bio. And Kwabena, it is very, very good say and minority for an parliament
sharp
because they say no Oma provide enough grounds for this thing Joe says to be back when buyer he will just set it aside. He will set it aside. Simple. He doesn't even have to use any procedure. You see, the difference between what happened on Friday and then say on Friday, proceedings here. Members echo parliament could take attendance and the own vote of proceedings near Babo and Tina. All the members, 274 MPs were present at the time the speaker posed the question.
Okay.
Beating the more than half rule.
Okay.
274 people were present. It doesn't mean that they are not part. They are part of at the time the speaker posed the question, it was 274 members of parliament in the chamber. During the voting, it is not by force a parliament. And almost saw the coin 137 a vote. Until it was more than that.
Okay.
And then the course, Joe say Wusu, and I'm surprised this guy is a lawyer. Commander, you see, what kind? Almost standing orders now. Order 109 rule. Order 109 rule 1. More than half rule was saying no question for decision in the House shall be proposed for determination unless they are present in the House not less than 1/2 of all the members of Parliament. 1/2. That means more than half. You're 275 members of Parliament. Okay.
Yeah.
Into half a year, half a year. 137.5 137.5 and you need per half or
you need per half
or say not less than half will mean that at least the half will be more than half will be 138. What I say in said the threshold is 138 members of parliament, right? Should be in the house before the question is posed. And there were 138 members of parliament no more fee. But because the speaker back been anyone into the first deputy speaker Joe say was soon a quarter as speaker. Now community had very interesting.
Yeah.
Order 109 rule 3 or say a deputy speaker or any member presiding into parliament, I believe say there can be a time all the three speakers will not be around and a member of parliament can preside.
Okay.
That is the rule. I say, there were three speakers. The speaker himself, the first deputy and second deputy. The speaker ni wa first deputy eto. The speaker ni first deputy ni wa second deputy to So me and Sandy wanna say there's a parliamentary sitting. A member of parliament is nominated to preside. And you order 109 rule 3 now say a deputy speaker or any other member presiding shall not retain his original vote. You see, I had not confuse you. Kwabena, your case shall not retain his original vote. That is own team in Twaba. Kwabena say your parliament, ministers.
Yeah.
They are ex-official members of parliament. They go to parliament to conduct business. Say now not finance minister at all. Okasa, they go to parliament to do business. President, parliament Samano, command state of the nation address. Our parliament, meboa.
Yeah.
A parliamentary business. And just because of the parliament went into your trouble to me to be. And nothing last week, be vote count, Speaker can say all the ministers who are not member of parliament because if you are a non-member of parliament, you cannot vote in any parliamentary procedure. And to come now, the difference between a member of parliament and a non-member of parliament is the right to vote in the house.
Yeah.
Into Kwabena say standing orders no in accordance with order 109 rule 3. Eka say a member presiding in the house shall retain no original voter. Not just say ya or right to vote as a member no ya Jeffrey Unchain. What you say? Because you are there, you are presiding. And to be the moment I will as wow or preside over the proceedings no near do vote tonight them influence and you vote influence only can of rata your pet what the parliament only can of rata your pet only vote and you can members of parliament you can't one in ye because only vote they cannot say
yeah
because ministers call parliament so what you say can of rata mun call parliament who call parliament yeah can members of parliament you can of rata and home because he doesn't have the right to vote. And the distinguishing feature, what differentiates between a member of parliament and a non-member of parliament, I had the right to vote in the house. And to order 109 rule 3 say, any member or a deputy speaker presiding over any procedure of parliament shall not have the right to vote. And once they take the right away from you, you are not a member of parliament. You are a speaker. It's as simple as ABC. The way I say we call Harvard. And he said, Joe say we should be cast everything. Oh, there are 137 people in the house plus myself. We are 138.
It's crazy.
A bon fufu. I mean, and it shocks me that this is somebody who is many years at the bar. The right to vote is what distinguishes you from a non-member of parliament. Minister come and say with the fear. Or your minister, yeah, can members of parliament, yeah, kind in count because he has no right to vote. It is a standing orders no ejo right to vote ni free say only minister ye pe, only speaker ye pe, speaker ye to about want to be. Yeah, kind members of parliament, Kwabena. Last week, yeah, speaker to or presiding. All kind members of parliament, all kind.
One kind. So, but maybe a bia or no any constituency or no seats.
There be you see, and I'm saying a parliamentary procedure. What I say, you see, parliamentary procedure no, they carve it in such a way, say they predict certain situations. Yeah, them say Speaker of Parliament, Speaker of Parliament, on Twaba. What I say, it is all a speaker. Only a member of parliament. So you're speaker. You elect a speaker, not so you're a member of parliament. There must be a by-election. You are not a member of the house. What I say? Now the framers of the standing orders predict say there be speaker and a member of parliament on Twaba. But ABA confusion bet me about because ABA not speaker any ho. First deputy speaker and second deputy speaker for no members of parliament. ABA or Chinabino not speaker no about ko preside no about Twaba. Obeka no one can on what Twaba and then the financial standing orders name say a deputy speaker or any member presided over the house shall not have any vote, any original vote. And nobody has him to cure that mischief. So they predicted these things. And to the moment I got to when you're a member of parliament for Bekwai Bill, you are not representing Bekwai in the seat. The member of parliament for Bekwai does not sit in the speaker's seat. The member of parliament sits on the chamber on the floor. The member of parliament for Bekwai, and I mean, you see, Commander, you see, that is the kind of how shameful these people can be. Member of parliament for Bekwai, but let's speak Akunyem.
So, Commander, saying no can be a floor for debate here. For never said debate you.
Member of
the same condition, so I can work on my son's new produce a debate no real.
Can you imagine?
I give you decision.
Member of parliament for Bekwai, but
I think that Tom, Omu decided say no more if you are kodim kwasa.
Na say I didn't last week no more can ye. And you see, I don't know my no. O mama adena ye easy. O mama life fukra simple. Because he say speaker bar. Kwabena, Parliament is a master of its own procedure. Kwabena, speaker, it is a president, me boy. On number 3. On number 2, president and the vice. So president to coin. Na parliament as vice president, act as president. He cannot take any key decision without consulting the president. Obe to take ceremonial decisions, ceremonial events, obey. But any key critical decision be or policy decision be he must consult with the president and get consent from the president before he can implement it. President knew now vice president I don't issue any executive fiat. You can't issue executive instrument. You can't. You don't have the powers to do that.
But parliamentary proceedings are different.
No, say speaker so ni hwa ne or deputies meboa or more assistant no meboa. Commander, before parliament betenase no, you feel be leadership meeting. Parliament just almost no betenase you. They go and sit down in conclave. The speaker, the two deputy speakers, the majority leader, the minority leader, the chief whips, they all sit down. They decide the business of the day. If BB and Koya, they addresses them before they come to the floor of the house to come and continue business. What you say? Commander, assuming say the Friday a course for parliament, the speaker even made a mistake. I'm fine, the speaker made a mistake, assuming without admitting. Say he made a mistake and he erred. You say also the speaker is your boss. These issues are addressed in conclave, and speaker will admit, say, "Oh, Ampa, what happened was, I think it was an oversight. I made a mistake. So this is how we are going to address it." Then the speaker will give you the consent.
Go ahead and
go and do it in my absence, because you act in the absence of the speaker.
But clearly, that is the point.
And this doesn't happen, Commander. There is no parliament in the world where the speaker will preside and take a decision, and in the absence of the speaker, the second deputy or first deputy speaker will go and sit in the chair and say, "I will overturn the decision." It can't happen anywhere apart from under President Kufuor's Ghana. It's not possible, because these issues, before Parliament even conduct business, they meet and they take decisions before they go to the floor. It was Joe say also, if there's an error, you consult your boss. On the until what they speak about Betono. Say speak about. Oh yes, I'm telling you, me I know Bagbin.
I like that.
I know. He would ask you. Say on 7th of January, when you elect to speaker, and so no electing speaker. You show him and you ask you your number.
Elroy say, Bobie, let Mensah know that the speaker is a member of the house because he was voted for and not appointed.
The speaker is not a member of the house.
No, he's not.
The speaker is not a member of the house. That is why he has
and
no
original
vote. Yes, he is not a member of the house. It is only the members that take decision.
Okay.
What you say? Commander,
during the election of the speaker, and if one sign your member about coming and deputy speaker.
No. How can Commander? You see, there be NPP for to say independent candidate not come home. You see, it's not possible. And that is why we have a hung parliament, because you see the standard orders are very clear. The two deputy speakers cannot come from the same party.
Okay.
The two deputy speakers cannot come from the same party. And it say we see independent candidate or come on there and declare so that we can elect a new deputy speaker of parliament, or we can declare his seat vacant and organize a by-election.
But when it comes to business of the house,
Commander, the standard orders are very clear. He said there shall be two deputy speakers of parliament, all of whom may not come from the same party. It's clear. That's the standing orders. It's very clear. And you won't come. He's not. That's what at least the parliamentary procedure is. He must say it. Then he will decide whether you want the second deputy speaker or you want a by-election. Then we will know what to do. Or then we let a new deputy speaker of parliament. That's the law. And Commander, you see, they know these things, and they know so I don't know. Commander, let me take this.
Are you sure?
Commander, I can assure these people, Commander, there are 3 stages in approval of budget. 3 stages. First one, and now I reject it. What's what about 10? I can't do. You now need to bring appropriation bill. You see, you are now going to bring appropriation bill to the house for approval before you can spend. And when I was any giddy when I said yeah, and I ever done and I win. So when you approve for approval for appropriation bill, you can't spend.
How can you spend?
You can't spend. Enti gidi no e den. E nyansa no mu nim anase e den. I mean you don't understand. You see, enti sound of my commander, it's not going anywhere. I can assure you, it is not going anywhere. Now, obiso ye bema, no ye minister, won't spend it. Me de se maka. So be person ko jail me Kufuado. And asemba Kufuado bet o te be gabi no te tire no control mu no. O te be won fi mo. Won na be ko jail. Who ye minister? Budget we ye approve ye. Now ko spend it. That year no continue quarter.
I heard somebody saying, say, almost Gabi Akacho almost said they have enough money to pay when NDC comes. They have money to pay.
What there?
And Obianya the so yeah.
Gabi no to no pe kwan adwane. O pe kwan Gabi no I can show you 2024 and we are 2024 kwan to krom ha. Enti wo de for mo fa money to Gabi so. Enti wo ye minister, you must think about your future. Yeah, approve budget. Unim na ko diskabi. Say, oh, can for that say your approve budget. No ko dik can for that echi. Who be ko jail no what if no odin doc no.
Because I learned say a yes auto booth no on yes on one I don't know but on one say o pushi amwakwata say onye.
You see, command o de ja wo. You see, na power no ekutawa. Eya na so eya na ama utrima dudu woju say nko na oga. Now there be free unsano. Then you understand the principles of accountability. You understand to say ade bia obeye wo krom ha bia no that ubeya no. Enti me de me catch Ghana for say monka makoma ntomo yam. Speaker na ye nyina ye siripe on the 7th of January no obeba. Oba, this illegality will be set aside. Me bo, jo say usun me commander tell me you know how many here. And say omo pa kire say omo de bibia ko parliament na parliament reject ya omo abekwa ko omo parliament no omo approve ana. Is that what they are saying?
Virtually, yes.
Which is not feasible, it's not possible. It's not.
Maminya Jumamra, quick one. Ajunipa Nana Kwabena Danso says, good evening, Commander. I think the NDC MPs, they have done their part. The rest in the hands of Ghanaians. If they will allow this useless government to kill them, well, it's up to them. Okay, so this one is coming from Ajunipa. And, Ninya show some better. I say, Obia have any ways. A man for any abre. Now, Brighton comes says, Commander, help us to understand the law. What is the implications when the Speaker of Parliament, Abambambin, comes back? And I think, Thompson, Melvin Knowles says, Bercham for just want a position in NDC, and that is why he has joined NDC. You won't win that. Your back must have a campaign. Your delegates will vote against you. Okay, so Melvin knows. Boatin Atta says, so none of the majority members could not draw the speaker's attention to whatever was going on. I mean, now, Nyabu Kwame says, 1995, Akufo-Addo lead demonstration, a man for with the issues about VAT. Under him, just look at what is happening. Tan. Okay, so Melvin says, Bobie, I beg you, try and interview Stephen Atubiga, the Lakofi and Lord Hammer tomorrow. Why? Said the Oye Bercham for me. Okay, so Danladi Ibrahim says, Ose,
Mr. We are catching some country on Man FM. Someone friend,
only listen
to me TV, someone friend.
Only listen to all right, so Daladi Ibrahim says, I need you. Okay, so let me move on. Melvin says, Liso is an NDC man. He should stop tagging himself as MPP. How far with his new Labour Party that he established? Nanado has nothing to lose. The man has just gotten his second term. You can insult him. He won't be on the ballot paper. What didn't you guys hear about President Kufuor say about him and MPP? But yet MPP still survived. And even President Kufuor eventually became a president, and nothing will change MPP. Just they will keep on dominating. Now, the issue about whether I say Kufuor wore ballot papers or not now, and I keep on telling people, okay, so after the second term, on me permanent penibio, you know, yenja no on destroy mine on uncle. Hold this one, minor other ya Kufu Adu Mame pre Mampenibio, and these are arguments on the day. But of a case, say, Bobie, my greetings to Bookman, Batch and for. Okay. Morgan Freeman says, Anthony Nokmo says there is always a final whistle. One day. Okay, so listen, Kajatum, but listen, the grassroots of MPP reactions there when you feel from the grassroots. A reaction there. Just tell me.
Parliamentary, the late Ben.
The late Benjamin.
Any Mensa me who nache. And Prof ne apam for no mudi djuma som Ghana. Pusunyaka. Pusu bribi. Hey, Kwabena. Yeah. Enemy hwe bibia cause for parliament.
Okay.
And I must be very blunt. So, in fact, this is not MPP. Obia unim MPP biya no. Unim se sebio yenye basa say.
Okay, basa meaning what?
I mean, you see, our parliament, say it's not democracy. Okay. It's nothing to do with democracy. It's dictatorship. That somebody decides and Sebi. Kwabena person buso assembly.
Yeah.
Efiera. One hwesoni hwan ana ne mra ye mra.
Sefiera.
Enti Sebi tirikono ye obetena hoye okeka nkwasa asemi ya onu wasori. Neti bonkosofu ano mutiti hoye a omonso ye. Na mampon bodam ni na na ote hona o kwa no anu ne ho kakra na wasere uhuna na o se na feel
ote Monica's Junction
nti uhu jo wise ai akwa jo fully uhu no
or the Joe Usu please
I jo full
Joe Usu that is
right,
his name.
You don't tell me how I should call somebody. That's how I call him.
But
I know so much you dictate it for me.
And do the body dinner cast of friends.
Exactly.
On Ohuni Papro.
I won't
no Odin Joe Usu.
I aka Joe Fool.
If you decide to call him that, I don't have any problem. But that is Dean as a second deputy speaker, right?
Who need the commander?
First, no, but say officially me Jumana Tina am boom Dean Kwabena.
No why Jumana your friend Joe Fool. Jumana oya no and your friend Joe Fool. Joe Fool. If you don't know, that's what I'm telling you. The Jumana oya no and your friend Joe Fool. What you any from commander na tell you kono or you from Joe Fool and why
but say odi the appropriate name no emma
saying Joe Fool no
the appropriate name
ne din no na say nya una be me nam we obi na be bomb din o frame me saying Debbie o frame me saying o pusunyaka you open at the frame Joe Fool
kaja to me
Kwabena Adia esineno. In fact, we have just crucified democracy in Ghana.
Simple.
And you see, I fear because Kwabena, it's semunye for this country. Because there's no way, even say Bagman Krano, right, Honorable Speaker Bagman, Nimdini Nyansani Bagman, say Obana wanka share. Nature say ono so of what the crucifixion of our democracy ne so. Yeah, ono so no ya betwe na bo so.
Which I'm not sure.
No, me say oba na wanka hwe. No giant tra watra said de aye na course ya. I just say wafo so
which made me the say do us me bo say it won't happen.
But I don't expect him to go beyond 3 days even while he's there.
No, he should. The time never brought 3 days.
No, I'm saying he should be able to at least make altercations before he's coming.
Obedra, and I said from there.
No, before he's coming.
It's too technical.
No, I'm not saying. I'm not saying he has. Oh no, he has a voice. He still has a voice. So I wish he can at least state something before he comes, just to at least make people now have a certain, because people are now thinking about a lot of things. What is likely to, at least he should give us some, gist of what is likely to happen when he comes. Exactly. Because Ora nebeba, obianu wa wakoto aba, ama ofui so onko any speaker. Yento aba ma jo fool. Yento aba ma no. Ghana ni bienu wa where you representative say yanko to abama Joe fool so onko ye speaker. That is for a fact. He is a nominee. He was nominated and approved as such. What must I say? And Bagbe was duly elected as speaker. Kwabena, let me be very technical here. The framers of our constitution were very clear on who wields the power at every time. When the president is elected or is sworn into office, whether selected or elected and sworn into office, like Akufo-Addo, in his absence, the vice takes over. In the absence of the vice, the speaker does so. Constitution, did not allow for the first or second deputy to take the role of a speaker.
Okay.
Nobody does that. We are Suni. So
which means on to me and the functions are the main speaker.
He has no right by the law. That is why when the president is absent and the vice is absent and the speaker is absent, we take it straight to the chief justice. Nobody, even after the chief justice, plays that role. Then there's a lacuna.
And maybe saw it this way. They almost say on best started debate now.
Yeah.
Now if you almost defend the authenticity and the legality of the second debate, the first deputy sitting in for the speaker.
Yes.
On said that not a defend the friends. Afenyomakins. It can verse of Fatasotinum because one are deputies when you are on now. Not the first debate or more.
What must I say?
But there was no debate. First in common more different.
Yes.
I was them.
The
debate. And that's the debate. And the
class that can I get a friend that say, to me now, bitch, man.
And I do chicken meat.
I say, to me, what
okay, listen. I just answer I control the car. Or rather driver. Or you meet mechanic.
So on that premise, no, whatever he did, look, we are Suni, Oba, no, Miss me the Bob, Bobie Gator, no, Madam, if you name, if you name Munina, call no be Tremaya, and your high, call, Sebio call. What's him at two? And the Aquacos in Fichiri. Adea, and Nimu had many shaho, name on feature there, Mintimi Shahunti, Kanya and Shaho Mammy. Oh, Debbie. Oh, run a beba. Oh, run a day. Oh, beba. Oh, Nipana Umuno. Now, who Sabio, who shall who be humre? How many days have you spent in that Parliament House? Yeah, who move Bagwin? And you see, the pain in me sometimes is where Nipa or no, Wokrano, Bukuna, or Dana walking kind on a troy. That repository. Look, to say obiti say sedun ketia. Na me hwe say obiti say OPK. Bia bi humre sa. You don't respect or sedun ketia. Buku no parliament na si ho no. They are the creators of that parliament house that you are sitting in today. Wanum eno mama Rollins. Adi democracy ya yen gitum and ye enjoy. Omnema Rollins gitum. In fact, the constitution of this republic, the 1992 constitution, I said don't ketia ka framers of the constitution. There are such stupid ones like them. Useless ones like them. Nincompoops, riffraffs. You don't want to respect the people that created that baby out in position out in. They created it. At that time, where were we?
Constituent Assembly.
You see, sometimes we have to give, praise when praise is due. The fact that we disagree with the NDC or we may disagree with some aspects of their ideologies does not give us that right to want to behave as more human than them. What human are you? Tell me. She will be to say Joe Wise here, Joe Fully or Tiwi. Semi nyansa pa woni tirima so che bagmen de ye parliamentary a wo nyansa che bagmen ya onu betimi agira ba bia ka che bagmen say bagmen ed. What was the error? Now we share ruling here we make here. Now it's a mockery of democracy.
And even
it's
the
a
UP
mockery
tradition.
of yourself. You are counting yourself as part when you are the presider. The presider, how can a presiding member take part of a decision making? Why are you not allowed to take a decision as MP for Bekwai? You see how useless you are? Very foolish. Very foolish. You are a Bekwai MP. Why didn't you take part of so the Bekwai front to Abane? What Jimmy Tia and our Kasasem? Let me be very blunt. Hey, Jimmy Friday no more.
You voted.
You are destroying the democracy that we have built. And then Bekwai front to Abane.
What did you say?
Because Bekwai was not represented in voting. But why were you calling yourself as member of parliament for Bekwai? What did you say? And counted yourself as 138.
Who's the Obiasa message? Ebusam says when Lisa working. Obusam say na Joe su can say I for nka I no so ka bia na
one ka bi yes or no on preso
be quite fun to aba. That's why you see when the laws are made Kwabena, there is nothing so special about law. That's why my grandfather he's 116, may God bless his soul more. Yeah, he looks Mimi say, make me 1,000 years, you see me like this. Moja. Say me born me bray ya.
What concluded the year?
So conclusion here to say me.
Conclusion
born me bray here to say Tuni Joseph.
Conclusion na me pen.
Brabado so dey everybody here.
And you see, he tells me something. O say ade ba kwa what lawyer for Taika. O say lawyer for Taika. Otibia na okona chi ebusa no say you say ignorance of the law is no excuse. So it means at all times you have to know the law.
Yeah.
Now knowing the law no who wa dwen you say who wi ade a enye bone wako wi a ye de wako gina ni. Wako gina mra nanim no. Who say wa dwen you say wi ade enye bone. You are not ignorant. Judge no so onu so ni mra no so say wi ade enye bone. So both of you know. But one is superior to the other. So why must I know the law? You understand? So you see, Kwabena, you can say mra a common sense. Framers of the Constitution, in their wisdom, they realize that se obi etia kunyemua. For instance, I have heard Chairman Sabunsu, Lawrence Ade, discuss why Speaker. Right, Honorable Speaker Bagbin.
In this one, Lawrence Adena and
no, I just want to remind people of his past. Now he said Lawrence Adena was NDC.
Oh, sir.
Yeah, he was a member.
Yes. Of the NDC.
He was an NDC. On me auntie Cecilia da Panum, they were NDC.
Yeah.
Hey. Yeah. So if I want
to say was an NDC.
I want to let you understand. Yes. I want to let you understand how come.
Hey, really?
Yes. NDC. Hey. Yes. But you know. Have baked cake. No more yeah. The also dictatorship on the Rollins na yeah. Rollins ba. So Kwabena se wo hwe emra.
Omotwam ni e kan NDC as ma say NDC
time. Meanwhile, go and ask Dr. Anane how these people became part of us. What do I say? And ask Obi to say your friend is saying me pedi almost say na name ya o krempi dambochi me ya say
dambochi odi no about microphone dey me ya
me create very beautiful image
so can no too no didi
Kwabena and na dey see no Kwabena I just don't want to be touching on a certain technical things. You be glorifying nonsense. You will be glorifying nonsense because the assassination it is not built on any good foundation. There's nothing legal based. Okay, Kwabena. The law now we quote to you to Abano. So Article 104. 104. No?
Yes.
What does it say?
I say more than half of the members of Parliament.
So more than half of the members. One is presiding. you forfeit your membership.
No, but in
but you are still a member. A referee who is a member.
What a problem
you
now?
think like this?
And even 275 half, 137.5, which is 138. More than half, no? Say 139. Because 138 is half. And more than
it's
half.
It's not even saying more than half.
I say half.
You say half. At least half of the membership. So, Kwabena, when something is not built on a good foundation, you don't eulogize it to make relevance out of nothing. Then again, Kwabena, I want to discuss the minority for Ansah Diabetujano.
Yeah.
Sure. I will wish say NDC for ATM here because obi ahun oye too much partisan na adwene ne say MPP ni ana me NDC ni nti MPP ya de na enya sebio me mfa ho eyo mo na omo party say me kai say mre bi na ade bi koso wo MPP mu na we saw say ade we sebi ya hweye pa betimi aboman. And we called on John Mahama and called for at some point to intervene to the extent that Adebechi the Chuakugu NPP headquarters, Adebechi Sebi General Secretary party headquarters, the secretary trying to car mu abu the car glass, Yanchobia, Yanubia she lawlessness at some point, and you would think, say, I remember, may her soul rest perfectly in peace. Or catch and say, your friend is this MPP for one. Oh, your person will come more. Your person will come more. Na Antijifa. Na party ne gu. Oh, ye kano. Na sebi empenifu sisi omaso ebunu egu omaso. Yes, ena de mefa. Eja de mefa na de krono kese ba. Yeah. Party egu, party say, party ye nyoma ensem fata. Ya enyemra kwan so a. You don't stand somewhere and say omani mu na egu asenti won fa ho kwabra baby ya duru no ya duru amanfo so. The earlier the NDC wakes up the better. Sure. Ghanaians, if not for anything, they have found a certain space where they believe there is a certain comfort around. Yeah, the ambience is good. The alternative, no, there is no party that is so strong and boisterous that can take power like the NDC. There is none. And I said, MPP must go and do the homeworks and make sure, say, at least, you better page you know, well, because the nonsense is getting too much. I'm calling on the NDC. Ghana food team in Tias and Tinsia Bonting. Sir, levy, and now you can offer on the man, elephant levy.
Really?
Yes. Ow! Oh, sir, okay. You know, I said the elephant. Can offer us who NDC ni. Oh, you see, I'm just trying to let people know. Because me who said the only person who go party no. Kwabena sana mi hu no. Because so young people ni na wa dwene pa ya adwuma. Ghana ni ben wo ya ka yi levy no. Ebi krampa na na poku de bi amese bi o. Metimi anya bi kra sende. Anasa me kra me jai na me ama tumika. Ana me ntuka kra me small bi. No this kana ko. Me fan sani momo ni akoteme. Me boa. Wo ti ho? Yes I know 300 via momo. 300 ne so beti about 280. What ti ho? E na wo test. Wa dwen nya adwumanti. Obi papa be nya sika nya ne ho twom. Kwabra of all this discussion, baby me many je ho park sia. Me pese e national discussion. E say sika bebrebe Akufo-Addo enyen. E wo he? Akufo-Addo enyen sika cha ba bia. The over 400 and something billion yeah, no government has taken 1/8 of that money. Where is that money? I have a video. I don't know if you have got that video too. Yeah, Akufo-Addo Busa say.
I now could feed it to them.
Next kind of way, Kwabena, Miss Row. For me time I can me patch on. Never boss every video.
Kofi Sunday, Imame.
Next kind of way. Yeah, Ubusa Professor Mills say, "Wa Bobie sia time a President Kufuor eja ne ho Wa Bobie Siatain, Rollins, a free for 55 years of Ghana. Professor Mills Bobie Siatain, your friends are buying beer. How does he feel today?
Only the Aga Kranumpono.
That time, the Professor Mills Bobie Siatain. Now it wasn't even up to 28 billion. Oh, so if today we have a government under his auspices, yeah or no, Ejna Bontino, no, to a yampia. I think it is that same tape, no, so I can't Professor Doolittle, no.
I think
if
so.
my memory sets me, no, Professor Doolittle came earlier in Professor Mills's term, very early, just about 2 or 3 weeks.
Months.
Or BBC,
yeah.
And what can't Professor Doolittle?
Now, Osu Presby.
Oh, so fiscal accountability, yeah, Kwabena, because yeah, the last Auditor General's report, Sikaya Ubeji your E11, no, Kwabena, what's the annually be? You are expecting not less than about 6 billion. Is that also? We have lost 12 billion to stealing, armed robbery, chrono, Eji, Balao, Crawford, Tutubotom Nick and Uferata. We have lost that money in your hands. You paid monies to people, and it is accounted by the Auditor General. Say, Saskana Ira, we are armed robber. Then you are in begging for me, the poor, that you have impoverished, to pay you another 6 billion. Half of that money that you have stolen. Thief, armed robber like you, Kenufriata. The money you have stolen, no, you are in to ask me for that money, no half. I don't cry your projections. Na si yanya momo BMA. Na kwa brawa na ejimi. Se me first come ku fa do ko dware na motuom. Majimi. Na ka se me momo biem.
But say no the
danger for no mo ti wonum na ye ka so mo ka se me na me ko MTN to kwa ma no.
Say the danger ne say which means a man for eba be kurasika. E wo dem adwadifo be describe be bo ma boso mu. Enti highway armed robberies. Yeah.
Armed robberies is one na tete omo.
Yeah. Say a highway armed robbery no.
Yeah.
Afe na eba be koso.
Edman be so.
Afe
Edman be dead.
Your mark on phone.
So yes, now another employment omu creating.
Yes. Armed robbery, highway armed robbery.
Oh, gubi no creating.
Yeah. No, also be coffee mu na say no.
Wa creating wa gu the legitimate ye momo vendors work no. Wa gu ya no wa creating armed robbery.
Armed robbery there. For two could simple amount for so.
Meanwhile, between the two no. Between the two no. When you say under no circumstance, however you try to even want to make it look a bit genuine, no, it cannot be. Kwara, Sasi Canada me phone is here. Bobie atomade. Me pianica. We piamica. Mama me tax, mama ni receipt. And what PS can to my phone so. A lot of companies are now doing that. Especially the delivery ones, no.
Yeah.
Or the and your money bar or see payment on delivery. Payment on delivery, no I was sending momo, no I confirm you to rider, no. Then the rider takes leave of you. Then what do tax? It is a me process of me mode of payment, you know. After paying the tax, what must I say? Yeah, momo no. And so your friend say, Madiana me toy, if I say me to phone. Now me tria tax or phone so. One me mode of payment of tax now me triane Madiana matono and also see a tax that a double taxation. It is criminal.
Okay.
Yes.
Okay, all right. So Ibrahim Ashu says if lawless lawyer is selected as president of a nation, what do you expect his corrupt party members to do? Today is a sad day for Ghana's democracy. What a violent and corrupt MPP government that we have. Long live great NDC. Okay, so we have of K here. Of K, so we say list to Mona Moble.
As if
Nana Kwame says the MPP in Parliament they have just decided to kill Ghanaians. Okay, so this one is coming from Nana Kwame. Olamide Wafake here says list to Usu Papa Obesu Moja. Okay, all right. Eric Asante says Sikanashi. Okay, all right. Ben, Yanante, Faminante. And now call catch him so call.
Oh, and I'm call Parliament.
Okay, all right.
Na on krate.
Oh, okay.
Good. Votes and proceedings. I see Parliament. I say vote and proceedings, minutes of the 20th sitting of the third meeting of Parliament, Friday, 26th November 2021. I say, 1. The House met at 1:15 in the afternoon. Prayers were read.
That is
Friday.
Friday.
Right Honorable Speaker took the chair. When any minutes now, that's why I meet here. Yeah, more minutes. And in here. 2. The following members were present. And all let's stay omudin.
And I'm constituency.
The about dia and about constituency. 10. Ewie page 8. Number 274. Zidane bid and 1,000 Laura. Come on here.
Yeah. Bid Zidane.
Until Friday.
1,000.
Friday. 26th of November 2021, the year of our Lord.
Yes.
Parliament of Ghana, House of Records, Ansah, the votes and proceedings, and in here, 274 members of Parliament present.
Not too late.
A bit is a dinner or.
Correct.
Oh,
yes, oh.
Okay, this one.
Nidi wa.
The others will be our cow.
Okay.
Great.
And we are page 8. Etuaso ekeka insemesi of Parliament. Odu page 9 or say paragraph 8. The Right Honorable Speaker directed that the House undertakes a head count for a decision on the prayer of the Honorable Minister responsible for finance. Instead of the initial application made by the Honorable Deputy Majority Leader Kwabena for a division in accordance with the Standing Order 1132. The Speaker has a right. Like I said, division was okay. Division request head count. That's voting. Okay, page 10 or say the House counted as follows: ayes, nil; noes, 137. Here, the Ansah didn't capture that members of Parliament attended the meeting or present. Yeah. They said that those who voted yes and no. 137 no. Ayes, nil. The Right Honorable Speaker accordingly declared the vote on the prayer request lost. Wait. I say question put and motion disagreed to. The question of the budget, saying the budget into question, it was put and it was disagreed to. I said the House accordingly rejected the budget statement and economic policy of the government for the year ending 31st December 2022. This is parliamentary record. I call history that day no. Okay.
Be just a
information. Okay.
Unim say ene GTV so an capture omo. Omo who said omo nyina enkwasase.
Really?
Yes, GTV it wasn't live. Omo fa the live. Omo catch omo say omo no omo twen man so sa GTV say ye enkwasiafo ye mfa.
Efie.
All right.
E ba ende. Parliamentarians are the whole. And the other paper by say ne edwumedi aba be do Parliament and then other paper ni other paper agenda no ma be faso. Budget 2022 budget no na nka agenda in the agenda na nka ho.
And the agenda.
And the other paper no be ba family amba. Na nka ho.
Oh, other paper mama ni bi ma.
Oh, me chop it ma send am.
But you have it on your phone.
Yes, I have it on my phone.
Let's
oh, make me share man. Oh.
Don't worry.
Talk.
Me find WhatsApp ana.
Yeah, obi I will on the phone so but so we be read it from the phone.
Oh, make me read. Other people know what can I say? Kwache. Mama send them on a fatu skin so why? Other people me nya da je twitwa ni now. Kobra na me ni abrio. Na say am phone kan okro okrom ha. Enti no. Na ebesia ne say Kwame Kwache, let me send you this. Good. Check. This is the other paper. The other paper no name so. Just the other paper. Come right in. Other paper. The other paper items. I mean, I say other paper. 1. Prayers. 2. Message from the president. Say, I'm president. You do choir and I say, be some message from the president. 3. Formal communication by the speaker. Say, speaker no a special message be no aka. 4. Correction of vote and proceedings of official report. Say more official report here and the inya correction of the vote of the proceedings. Business statement for the 6th week. And normally a majority leader and as a leader of the house on all kind business of the day and a business of the week. Internet all kind. If you are questions among for our business of the day no and answer questions are among for raise say me for minister bimbra no maybe and send me no be electricity to my constituency more yan a day and that's as me see get tied that way more yan a day question MPs need to jano minister be yan questions a horn 7 statement to be presented by the government, maybe in a World Polio Day, World HIV Day, statement among for the can. I don't know. That the 8th one is presentation of papers. Papers by committees. Nay, details no details no. And a 9, presentation and first reading of bills. Bills are Parliament in a year and say yeah. And number 10, motions which are already on the floor, which are going through readings, no. And if I don't know, 11 committee sittings and 12 answers to parliamentary questions.
Okay.
That's the other paper for the day. Now,
motions no so
now
adapting of
the reports. And now, or say chairman sabonsu. A year business of the day no year huejuma. Business of the week no year huejuma. And now konenim. And now, ofiti prekon Ejina National Code 2 Standing Order 51
it's already done. So.
Standing Order 51 say just Standing Order 51 also now watching Speaker Ajen Aba and send me see Parliament Friday no and the bone juice nti opese opponent tremu na Standing Order 51 no Kwabena ukakwan ma
51 and now 51
1
Clause 1.
50 clause 1. What I say?
Okay, Matthias.
Good. No, already here. But
no, you can read it.
Sir, okay. 51 our conditions, but can I want to ask you now for the sake of our listeners, you know. Say no menya assembling tremu pa that kind. The conditions, you know. Now, Odane hono conditions doesn't support what he's doing. I say 51. I say motion on specific matters of urgent public importance. 51. At the time appointed for the purpose under order 53. That's the order of business, you know. Now, any member may, with the prior approval of Mr. Speaker, move a motion on a specific matter of urgent public importance.
Okay.
And okay. And Mr. Speaker said, me jina we so. Actually, what job I say anything no. You review ne see Friday no because urgent public importance. 2 no okanya. 1 to ask you, but me to ask you. I will cry for man.
Or the C 1 no jaw.
2 ne say a member who desires to make such a motion shall before the commencement of the sitting submit to Mr. Speaker a written notification. I saw so my speaker said. In the see Friday, person me raise not the speaker, and statement of the matter to be raised, not church remu or my statement womu. Our some will be raised no other speaker. Answer speaker na chamber ni mo. 3. In determining whether a matter should have urgent consideration, Mr. Speaker shall have regard to the extent to which it concerns the administrative responsibilities of the government or could come within the scope of ministerial action. So speaker so decided say so same way when he say amembo no say enti discuss and say your former minister be na minister no ndi huduma. Speaker don't know all that privilege to discretion to decide.
Okay.
I say no yeah. And as to agency, the speaker shall also have regard to the probability of the matter being brought before the house within a reasonable time by other means. What I can say, some way cry, which I cannot chana and I say into when you're agent to be antino. Agents no speaker and say decided into way or say to me supposed to raise that somewhere. I saw my theaters on it, the wife and Ako ye a fear juma. at the statement amano.
And also on my evidence.
Evidence on having satisfied that provision. Yes. There's more provision, maybe I'll say on 4. My phone will say the right to move a motion to the following conditions. Tendency, qual agent consideration made at anyone. C. Not more than one matter can be discussed on the same motion. 4. The motion must not revive a debate on a matter which has already been discussed in the same session under this order.
Exactly.
What you say? Parliament, in discussing its business, must have discussed the matter and throw it away. To be fair, raising under this provision. Say Parliament, you know. Say Parliament is here near Casamende. Or try we see a work about activity. We but say some near kind of young can for. I did also say I said Parliament in Jafako and Conenim. And to be raising a matter which Parliament has discussed and has discarded already under this provision. Into such a mention bonsu 51 no resi now 1 tuaso no on ma kuntia 1 tuaso 50 plus 1 or tuaso can sabesi form into 1 tuaso abroni be yenti into the 51 normal gina so the year no mo year and no and that's the grounds it is a nullity ab initio. They shouldn't have used that procedure. The other procedures, they could have used the revision procedure or they could have used amendment. So, we are minister and that's how you committee chairperson move motion on floor. Now say discussion or committee level put say no. And say yeah changes more. More amendment. Amendment, you know, every article be a provision more amendment, you know. They must vote on it. And to be article a budget statement on e-levy. You per se you about 0.5%. And yet as a son your budget no more. Those in favor say aye, those against say no. No, okay, they yes have it. It is about 0.5%. And I question budget no more. Now you be a call you say tidal waves no. You a provision be a man. See I allot an amount of $500 million to go into tidal waves, you know, issue in Qatar. Those in favor say aye, those against say no.
Yes, process.
I say that's the process. You are doing an amendment of the budget. Now, Ferrier, any Mguasi abeti osununti. MPP or say chairman supposed to do one on Petane said they will not do amendment. They will not do an amendment. You know, I say if I can fufro say by force you do remu. Ain't any other paper no so change na omdi wuremu no. And any end there. Now me fa no so nto nchen me yi me tutu no sra ne abasa ama obi a otie akra fam bi na hu how illegal, how unconstitutional what has happened today is. How very bad it is for the Ghanaian democracy. Ni o see and then be see your democracy bido mamuntie ni before be can count. Yet we have not had a situation where a speaker of parliament sitting with 174 members of parliament having signed and in the chamber. Voting time na be able no mo fiwa akwa ni ato aba na walusu a what say that decision they take you must revise it. What would Johnny here know? What would Johnny fit chamber ho without a speaker doing you anything, without anybody in the house, you know, hitting you, which is against the rules, or anybody doing anything which is illegal in the house? For which reason now? Who protest here if you want? What would Johnny here know? Who say near speaker no name members net na say here no illegal? Who corner proper? Now let's come. And Matisse Bimo Kase they quoted article 109 to support their action here the other. So
I think 1093, right?
Exactly.
3.
No, 104. 104.
Okay.
Now me can 104 no. 104 voting in parliament constitution. 104.1. I say except as otherwise provided in this constitution. Say now constitution can obey bia dia. Say constitution can fulfill be bia dia except otherwise provided. Ni twino no. Say constitution can be o baby say oh mutumi and say they are fine. Name so constitution can baby asa dia.
Not just a way na or platform.
Aha. Muntie. Matters in parliament shall be determined by the votes of the majority of members present and voting. Come now. TNU.
Yeah.
Present and voting. Majority of members present and voting. That means the majority of members must be present and must participate in the voting. You understand it?
Yeah.
So first 200 members of parliament are present. Near Baba to Aba. Na say under this provision no 150 efi them who PR 50 na akano they are the 50 who are voting, so they are not the majority. The 150 must come and join them to be 200 no in order to vote. The majority must participate in the voting.
That's the simplest meaning.
Now today
only meaning
when they raised this article 104 and I'm kind of no 137 and I do why did this say the say me speaker there now so me seat number 10344 now because me feel be quiet me be quiet MP no then such there now it's other can 138 ya tia now when ever be a question is a speaker and be a question
referee
those in favor say aye the aye. Those against say no. That means no, 0. Ayes, 1. Abstention, any. That means that omo 2 about omo active omo 2 about they were 137. So going by Osei Mensa Bonsu, own logic presented on Friday evening, sir, 137 members of parliament cannot vote and decide for the Parliament of Ghana because it doesn't satisfy 104, Article 104. Present and voting majority, present and voting. You know. He defeated that very, very, very law because 137 present, you know, and voting, you know, does not satisfy this. The only info Joe Wise and Kaho say 138 present voting of OVTB.
So present and voting.
Yeah.
Yes. Present. So 138 were present.
And that leads to a
and I'm saying, mama say they are 138. No, more 138. I'm coming question be on. Let me read it. And I was in Parliament. Where I was sitting, I was watching the majority group. The lady that they brought in as Ajasafo, I still have my doubts if it is her.
It's possible.
So they never put the camera on her.
It's my God.
TV.
I was chatting with a friend and I insisted that you should watch the TV and take a picture. She never came.
Also, my mom information be that.
Yes, and the party I can say, you know.
I just have a situation you don't bet him about that.
Me say, I am dead sure that it is one of her sisters who that did this because of the nose mask. You can't make it out.
Very good. Unim, enti Emmanuel Wilson. And we are not catching Emmanuel Wilson say I just have one nanti sim idiot. As a robot. Yeah. I know no all indications as of be enemy no.
Yes.
And onim baby onim there so why.
So I sitting on the left of the Jogate. Yes. And come dibio. Omo to abani we peno. No mo sorry. Omo ni pie.
But because Kajua Safua MPs who nache. Everybody will come around hugging and blah blah.
Come now. So what can you say?
But Sim, that is a statue.
I'm only raising questions that
no.
If you like, let's go back, watch the video, watch again, and spot her out. It doesn't look like her. They made that I watch.
Quick one. Emmanuel Wilson, Chief Crusader against corruption. Now Parliament and
and then I'm a Parliament.
Nipa who no answer the mema issue no so nipa who no who adwasafo a who say adwasafo ani.
Oh me pacho na ye adwasafo.
Who no?
Me who no.
But what did ankasa?
Confirm. Oze.
What did ankasa?
No, me na ankasa. In fact, I think say of course the public knowledge say adwasafo who fano. I don't really know the issue but Bobie oni Adwasafo biano o compare no ene to previously when we say whatever illness that she's battling with now you be it has so much effect on her.
Okay, so baby na at distance out here the no actions be say na hu ya e confirm to you say eya adwasafo a dey so na hu ya e confirm to you say she's battling something enya so much effect on her.
Adwasafo a minim no a bit active. And now me who no she wasn't, it was more of now she wasn't of herself. I had to say she was just in Papini kind of thing. You know, it's not oti honimo. One to say, and I will who say only Obibia Kasa. In fact, just after the moment just after the speaker, a decree said the years have it now. That was the only time our woman said she quickly started packing her things and she left the place. Even I said she was kind of struggling, as I indicated earlier. Even to be there, she was kind of struggling. But the Adwasafo I know, no, unless if they are almost presenting a different person who looks just like her, which has misled me, but would be Sammy in my candid opinion there. I think that is the Adwasafo I know.
Okay, so obetra say na ohwe de ekoso wa other word one can be bia we movie around.
No, the only time I mean who say move a time or parking in Niema or move out. No, that was the only time I mean who say move.
I'm out for TMU year no crown one. Sorry, I'm pejanin sad. I just what we know. Say obe sorry why yes sir.
And then I said the Adwasafo I know no. The youthful, vibrant girl who is baby as also or TikTok and all that no. And then she was totally different. But I can confirm that was Adwasafo.
And the list of me Musa say unjiri say wait we aka say unjiri say you no.
Well, that'll be interpreted
because from your narrative, you are not even sure. Say, yeah, ebi ani di a boy no, and I say say waba.
Who do you mean pa? And I make us say me compare no na ho keka. The way I
okay, maybe what did name they identify? No, she nose mask.
Name na me identify.
But no, she nose mask.
All corners no. And also I got to know, like Ushame figure, you know the structure of Adwasafo.
Okay, so Adwasafo a figure to say from the back.
Bobie, Mr. Cho, I won't go there.
Oh no, also from now here from the back. Now make us a figure from the back, at least they be a better reaction. So give us the
at least one patcho check Bobie my wife. Maybe Bobie shows that.
Quick one, but just under 1 minute. Crusader against corruption, and that yes, more point of view. They say the next action is a quick one.
We are very disappointed, but we are not so much disappointed because Obekaya, there has always been this critique by politicians. Politics is a game. Obekaya says politics is a game. It means that the person has moved beyond looking at politics as dealing with human beings to politics as either winning or losing. And until last Friday, minority, young petition in Parliament, even through minority, Crusaders Against Corruption, and we came out with e-levy and we gave reasons which we have shared over and over. Almost decided that they will not pass this bill and after this budget until some of these things are taken out. And then majority call they went to approve it. Now, Oko Parliamentary, the way people were jubilating and celebrating, for them, no, it wasn't about the content of the budget, but it was about the fact that they've been able to win. Until now, politics is a game. What it means is that they are not looking at the future of individuals and our citizens, but they are looking at whether or not they are winning or they are losing. So, what all those Omoko approval budget, and what they are saying is a budget which doesn't have any allocation for Kita people, Kita sea defense, for tidal waves for no Omu. They support that this budget should be passed because they don't consider those people as human beings. What they are saying is that, and the budget of approval, a Japan deal, which talks about your royalties, your natural resources, they call as collateral against the future of our next generation. What they are saying is that they don't think about the next generation until the budget should be passed. Worst of all, this e-levy, Crusaders, it goes against the fight against corruption because it will move us backwards from this digitalized society to a cash society. What they are saying is that as long as they are concerned, they don't care about the fight against corruption. What they care about is that as long as they will get money and put it in their pocket, they have won. In summary, Crusaders against corruption, we are disappointed, but not so disappointed because we know that as long as it is politicians you are dealing with they are not interested in the next generation. They are looking at the next election. Today, they feel that they have won. They are not considering the issues. They are rather considering the fact that they have won.
But my next action is other pressure groups will be organized more for street demonstrations.
We are going to have a street demonstration because clearly minority says they are against it. Majority says they are for it. So what it means that Parliamentary, we thought they are representing us. They are saying that they don't know the decision to take. Until we, the citizens, we will let Parliament take the decision that we, the citizens, want. And that will mean that we'll go to the street and we will have an uprising till they will see wisdom in our arguments for them to withdraw those components from the budget.
Okay.
Until you ever go to the street.
Okay, all right. You better come away from Ochna Echo. You better that trust the come away properly. Yeah, that's me, Brisana, and you when you are Casa or Cry FM. All right, thank you. But Ben, a quick one to sum it up. Namenya Jumabi, but or the Adjuasafu or so-called Adjuasafu picture number 2, your Facebook page. Then we can do a quick analysis.
I made the pass and meet myself. Now. Made my semi bit to simple made the baby, almost say
okay, so picture in here.
Okay.
Meaning say mom me panel members no I just safu a picture ni. I just safu a picture ni. Okay, my man phone share on your page you we are baba besides there. Kofi be analysis let there we are my. All right.
Me say Joe Wise say ono okan no ho ka ho
on this platform is either you mention
Joe say usu
ana Jofu.
Okay.
But Joe say usu.
Okay. Joe
Yensansi Jofu on this platform.
Okay.
Joe
say usu say Sania the table of the clerk omko count your munya nipa 137 no. Ono ode no ho aka ho akoye 138. On a speaker no, a deputy speaker, and Brano, a bunch of a camera, ewa, and Brano Chesse, and he said, if you
no, it's not
anyway. But and be able to see, come on, me say a just for Niniano, or Nianum girls, different. Buy 5 of them. They look like alike. Yeah, like that.
Yeah,
and anything could have happened.
This is not Adjoa Safua. But another guy said this is Adjoa Safua.
Me promise you.
Okay. Paul Hansen says no, it's not her. Maxwell says I think she's the one. Okay. Anyway,
now me say Joe say we should say Okaho Amamuya 138. Any number of members present by their own Article 104 no musuno present. Now come to voting. Voting no ono say usuno and the question it to da or electoral commissioner and the question it to da into 1 2 aba ni bi. It's only 137 at 2 aba. Into 137 at 2 aba. It is 137 voting, which is not the majority per their own calculation no no. That means that what happened today once again is a nullity. Because you need 138 present and voting.
All right. Thank you.
And I'm 138, including Jose Usu. 138.
Yeah, present.
Present. But they can vote in it on Kaho. It's a 137 voting. It's a 137 voting now. And no, a defeat 104 no. Omukoti no.
Quick one, live on Accra 100.5 Greenfield Scientific Herbal Clinic. See what the Bright Soldier Bright Soldier capsules about Bright Garlic Plus capsules what the aba udom pebubu a Greenfield na wode wani akyerɛ hɔ Eclipse Collateral was saying cancer Ghana for nyina dom and pimpim say and then throw ma your friend say wajapa dear na documents academy miawani Eclipse Collateral or bow ama ye dear and was it my come African Vision Real Estate and Sasa Papa Fie pa any but back in the studio ba
I'm fast me to that Mr. we are Ghana ni na se okoto aba ma MPP na se MPP aba na de mo taxes eba na minority no ekon etia na minority no take strategic decisions so omo ne omo nko parliament wo no man ko wa enko Facebook nka se minority for no omo di nhwambo okoto aba no wandi minority for no nhwambo
so omo di nhwambo onko ye de obeye but am obi so abeto after that ko say Bobie this is a fiakoto which this is not a fiakoto I don't think so but Kofi o share okay so picture nini o share no what do you see
say we address for then we should prepare for by-election. If this is address for it, we say no more can say ayo no there then they say boy because there's something extremely wrong with her. Say we or no but me I doubt obi intimi see him say we address for.
Yeah sure.
Say you no there no or yare ya ehu. But share Kwabena she address of picture I will still bet menya address of picture there to danka
no but the picture way looks like her here
you see any na me niaba so chamiko fie ko hwe no
enso no say address of our penny or china mama radio for any interview no nkasa
the woman
me dey kasa do other person kasa on kasa nwene ye hunu ye kwaya ye assembly gira be fa so me dey say radio interview na me pesa adwasafo aye what mama ne nkasa
because
I
know
yeah
enka we no KST media antem it come pie na no na nka man microphone
no but according to omo yes opie ye na police for na garden any dimpado epie ye nipa kro no omo garden no edi omo ama edom na nsore na obi ahu edi before amafo ebe free gallery no mercy from no na pa
we hear film that
and that is where me aje Benjamin observations no edi and this is the picture and panocha no omo nya interview na adwasa fo anka so radio so
na say eza ne ebetumi ama edema adwasa fo abetna o ya ma adwasa fo bia interview fie
David omo mfa na studio no nka de si ye nyina parliament yo hu ye nyina
o that guy
so what we can hear here what we
eza ne ono
all right so Twitter say I me ba ho me fa ha and I've got trust me tna ha me ni we da kasa yeah MB order so otimi can hear here
yeah me dem anusi no
yeah
yenti ade we
yeah
I then see parliament and then no
okay
a straight
send it to me.
And an appropriate communication to the National Democratic Congress. I didn't see parliament then. Someone Nana Akufo-Addo and supporters catch NDC for
that
they should prepare themselves for 2024 elections because don't be any. Yeah, I didn't see what then. On said, "I want him never be blue. Or make me a small go be a shim." I'm not about to about or my unico.
It's not confirmed.
But maybe we met on what we now dress off. Kwabena, what dear? Or bow one another. What dear? So you do. Share, Kwabena.
I said, now one can see Mum, Kwabena.
Someone did it here. Kwabena,
or sit or bow what that no.
Yet, say. NDC for entrance in who ye say.
Okay, maybe two pictures in here. Two pictures in here. Ben Fancy Brandy with me about Omumianu no Ekrebi. So two pictures I just have for
share Obana son. Share ne content. Share Baku Dietia, Baku Diewa.
This is the previous picture.
No, previous picture.
And that the nini.
Previous picture no.
Na just have name na tutu we waiting good.
We knew one and new.
Missy, come.
Shababia earring in the channel.
When I dress up,
Barco dear, address of Nason has
oh, it was as my
dear channel.
And when you
Kwabena, baby, a dear my dear channel. I just suffered the any or buy or way.
Okay, so Prophet Dennis so send me a message from Canada. Or see Bobie, check it well. Ajwa has a very round face.
Yes.
And just look at the other lady.
Yes. When no straight face here, I crocroa. Ajwa nim e buy.
And a round face.
A round and the nim na unzo be me round man nim.
MPP Nanake Eddie Aba or see a woman can change when they give birth.
Come me na case ne yira woda na so no ba woda no watimi anyemo ba da
nipa wa so
say so ba ewo a nanim etre nanim empoampo enti no kura na argument no kura boda
no hold on
just a minute
hold on let's
and a picture where the we na do enti so fa kan
Kofi me ba o Kwabena wonim say de ntia ye insist say we could twa picture akuto aba na for identification purpose ye pese waso mienu ba no unima de kontia waso ube wukura waso nsesa.
Okay, so Manake say oh fear but ohwa e fear kuto which I doubt it.
Se Manake say fear kuto na fear kuto
Chief Bani
Manake na ka say fear kuto dia na fear kuto.
No, Chief Bani bet ma me hu afia kuto IT
na. No, but afia kuto is my sister.
Nka say e ono a.
Oh,
that so me nipa na o kasa no. Me nipa send a message. Me nka say afia kuto but se Manake say ono a. Me nyechi ni reason bia bi nyechi.
Montomo bo montie me. Mo ma obi ase asem ni ma no obi ase asem no. O say ma me dok no.
Hi.
So what Bruno no go
but quick one. I am say baby ade na keka kono ya yehu. Baby ade na keka kono ya yehu.
Dangerous, eh?
And
enyo no.
Much ready.
This is the extent. This is the extent NPP can go in an election. But I dare say yento aba. Yento ade so aba. This is the extent NPP timiko. I'm telling you, say, almost sending a signal ahead of 2024 elections. And we this now to fear TNA. The beyond meka say the next election you can grow from branch to national. Yen twen crofo e be yi won. And crofo money e din ya omunsuro ba kudura. On between crofo dey see because they are in to do anything a big the mom power beyond
Rena say Bobie the other lady is hairy on the face.
Yes,
I told you clearly. Look at how hairy she is.
I just have the hand say a person that they will use with their This is not adjustable.
You get it? I said that.
This is not adjustable.
Today I watch. I said
these are criminals, crooks,
Nanake.
Thieves.
The MVP Nanake Asia baby was say Commander makeup changes people. Simple.
Make up no
enyi e wo nim we make up no.
Okay, so Nana Fra raise concern was okay yemfa afia koto picture mra,
and he's right.
If I go to mood the structure no
this thing is getting scary.
Why
and yeah,
so it may not
with the nipa no can say on one day
oh dem come na mana opa china
bye.